Hey guys, how you guys doing? It's Iman. Today is October 28th, first game for the Knicks this year. They're playing against the Bucks in about 45 minutes. But before then, I just wanted to list some of my NBA predictions about the Knicks. A lot of critics saying they're not going to win more than 32 games this year. I disagree. And my reason for this is that the Knicks last year, they went 17-65. And 10 of these games were when Melo played, and Melo only played 40 games last year. So when Melo played, the Knicks went 10-30. When Melo didn't play, the Knicks went 6-36. And the 40 games that Melo did play, he lost 30 of them. 12 out of those 30 losses were determined by 5 points or less. So it's not like there were a lot of blowouts. There were a lot of close games that could have gone either way. Just didn't happen in the Knicks' favor. So, that well said, the majority of lineups last year when Melo didn't play consisted of Langston Galloway, Lou Almondson, Shane Larkin, Quincy Acey, Cole Aldrich, Tim Hardaway, Jason Smith, Jose Calderon, and Lance Thomas. From history, none of the players that I mentioned have ever started on another team except maybe Jason Smith on the Pelicans and Jose Calderon on the Mavericks. That's said as it said. I mean, they started a bunch of role players. They relied on a bunch of bench warmers and role players to fulfill spots that used to be retained by Iman Shumpert, J.R. Smith, Omar Stoudemire, but they simply did not have personnel last year. Therefore, they won 6 out of 36 games when Melo didn't play, and it's because, they look like the Sixers. But after last season ended, they got rid of a lot of these players. They retained Lou Almondson, Langston Galloway. Langston Galloway is going to be a big factor off the bench this year. They traded away Tim Hardaway, but they also retained Jose Calderon and Lance Thomas along with Melo. The new additions they have this year, Robin Lopez, who's going to be our defensive anchor, and everyone knows that he does soft touch around the rim. Aaron Aflalo, he's that guy that will guard the best swing every game. He's a very good complementary three-point and mid-range shooter. We also have Kyle O'Quinn. He has a very untapped offensive potential, and he has the potential to be a rim defender as well. Derek Williams is untapped potential all around. He was the number 2 overall pick a few years ago, and he has undeniable athleticism, which helped make him get that number 2 pick. We also have the machine, Sasha Vujicic, champion. He's a three-point marksman. He's a triangle guru. I think he's going to be really helpful for the Knicks, especially when Aaron Aflalo is injured. I feel like Sasha Vujicic should come in and step up. We also have Kevin Seraphin. He's a guy that kind of grinds in the paint, does the dirty work. He's very savvy on the post. He knows how to make his way to the rim. And then not to mention, we have some rookies this year. Porzingis, he's a relentless stroke. He has defensive energy that's kind of unseen by a lot of teams. I think everyone knows that in a few years he's going to be a great player. We also have Jerry Grant. He's an explosive yet intelligent point guard. He's a great ball handler, a great scorer. I feel like in a few years he can be a franchise player for the Knicks as well. So last year, the 17 games that were won were a result of playing only young players without defensive knowledge and veteran leadership. This year, we don't have scrubs that are starting anymore. We have Robin Lopez, who's a veteran, that's going to be starting. We have Aaron Aflalo, who's a veteran, that's going to be starting if he's healthy. We have Carmelo Anthony, who's healthy, very healthy. He lost weight. He lost a lot of his stomach fat. He looks much quicker. He said he's going to put a lot of defensive effort this year, which, people can say they play defense, but I find it pretty convincing that he's going to actually step up to the plate this year on defense. And we have Jose Calderon that's healthy. And health is going to play a big role in this season because, the Warriors last year, they were healthy, and that's a matter because they managed their minutes well. The Spurs have always been healthy because they managed their minutes well. So I hopefully the Knicks can kind of copycat, it's a copycat league, copy their methods, and continue that pattern. And now that Melo's going to be playing a majority of the season, himself can lead the team to about 25 wins. But now that he has a solid team around him, and not to forget, a great bench. I think a great bench is the most underrated thing that teams have in this league. If you look at the past championships, you see the Warriors, they had a great bench. You can't deny it. They had an all-star coming off the bench, Andre Iguodala. And when LeBron won his rings, he didn't necessarily have a great bench, but he had great role players that played well around LeBron. LeBron is a great distributor of the ball, and he had players that knew how to put in shots and had energy. And obviously, a lot of teams won't be able to win with that because they don't have LeBron, but that's played to their advantage. And the Spurs have consistently had great bench play throughout all of their years of reign, whether it was Patty Mills, Boris Diaw, uh, Thiago Splitter when he used to come off the bench until he started starting, you know, Ginobili. These are all players that are the reasons why the Spurs are the Spurs because they have great bench play. I think the Knicks bench play this year is going to be greatly improved and it's going to show in their regular season record. And I'm just looking for consistency this year. I really think that the Knicks are going to be consistent and they're going to have a solid team out there 48 minutes every game. And they're going to have great defensive effort, honestly. I mean, defense wins championships. I'm not saying the Knicks are going to win the championship. I certainly think that the Knicks are going to make the playoffs. But I'm just saying this year the Knicks are going to be top 10 defense. And, I could be very biased, but I've been watching the Knicks for a while, watching the Knicks through the preseason. I have a lot of confidence in them. I'm looking for the Knicks to go 48-34 this year. This may be really shocking, big number. I don't think it's shocking. I think it's very within reach because a lot of people, they look at the 17-65 record and just think, oh, a team can't jump from 17 wins to 48 wins. But the thing is, last year they weren't a team. This year they are a team. I feel like last year if they were a team, they would have averaged around 30 wins. So jumping from 30 wins to 48 wins isn't that shocking. So this year I will not be surprised if the Knicks go 48-34. You heard it first. Thank you guys. Deuces.